In a lot of languages, there's a lot of language which is onomatopoetic. It's a long
Mm-hmm.
word, but I think you understand the meaning of it, where the word is the word itself is a sound
Mm-hmm.
which helps you understand something. Basic example would be clap
Mm-hmm.
with the hands, where the word clap is very similar
Yes.
to the sound that's made, or to click your fingers. Click is again very
Mm-hmm.
similar to the sound that is made.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I know that word because I know Spanish language, but if I will know Spanish, I just don't.
yeah, you would be a bit lost. It's nice having those language connections because learning one language makes learning another language a little bit easier. In the
A
European,
lot easier
a lot easier. Okay, good.
for me.
And yeah, as long as there's a connection between the languages, of course. I'm not talking about
Mm-hmm.
Hebrew or Cantonese
Mm-hmm.
um, or Mongolian, which might be slightly more complicated.
Yes.
Um, but it's nice having the Latin connections. And it's also interesting that British schools, all British schools, taught the Latin language up to the end of the 1960s. And it might seem like a long time ago, but that was my mother's generation. My mother was the last generation of students who were all taught Latin, um, which has two perspectives. The first perspective is, well, why are you teaching a dead language? No one speaks Latin. What's the
Mm-hmm.
point? Well, the point is that it's the root of all European languages.
Mm-hmm.
And that if you understand the root of all the European languages, you can very quickly learn any of the European languages because you can find the root word for the meaning that you want. This basically then means that all you have to do is create the structure because
Mm-hmm.
you already have an understanding of the words. And this was great, and that's why the government took it out of schools, because that's what the government does. If something's great and it's working and it's improving the quality of things, it must be removed as
Yes.
quickly as possible, because we can't have the students learning. No, that would be terrible. They can't become independent. Oh, then they won't need the government. Oh my God. Ah. We send you to school to help teach you the things that you need to know to be free. We do it with a gun to your head, but just ignore the gun. It'll be okay. Trust us. We know what we're doing. We have no real practical experience, but we know exactly what we're doing. Yes. Don't worry about it. We'll take care of it for you. You don't need to educate your own children. We'll take care of them for you. Yes. Sit back, relax. It's okay. The children will not be stressed out by all the tests they have to do. They won't have long summer vacations where they'll completely forget everything they learned. Don't worry, we've got it all planned out and organized. It's super. Right. It's called education. It's not indoctrination in any way.
Mm.
We've got experts. They're trained with everything. We've even
Mm.
got all the drugs you need. Don't worry. We'll tell you which books to read. You don't have to think about it. We'll, we'll give you the answers. It's okay. Don't worry. We'll take care of it for you. We are the government. We are your real parents. Right. It's perfectly practical to have one teacher and 30 students in a classroom. That's an excellent dynamic for learning. No, you can't talk to anyone else. It's super cool, and the moment you get comfortable, we'll move you around. Like shuffling a deck of cards. Everything
Yes.
changes places, but the cards remain the same. Uh, Welcome to education. Education, the root of the word education is educat, which means to draw out of a person their natural innate abilities that exist within them. Which is why we do the complete opposite in schools. We inform you, we shape you into the shapes that we would like you to be. And then we even make you wear a uniform as well, which is not militaristic in any sense of the word. Right. But it's okay, you can play sport for about 45 minutes a week. Because if you didn't, you'd explode and end up killing the teachers, which sometimes happens anyway. But, well, sorry, shit happens. There you go. And if you fail in school, well, you're screwed for life because you won't get any qualifications and you'll go straight to prison. Because you'll end up selling drugs because you can't get a real job. Right. That's the way it works. Sorry. Rant finished. Don't even know why I'm talking about that. It's on my mind. It was on my mind. How did I get started? It was all about noises and sounds. How did I get from noises and sounds to